Hi everybody, it's Alicia with Expressions by Lish. Hi Peggy, how are you? Today is June 11th. Wow. Yeah, today is June 11th. It's 2 o'clock on Thursday, and today is Coffee Break and Cards with Lish. I'm just going to give everybody a couple minutes to pop on and say hello. Give everybody a chance to come on in because I might be just a few seconds early today. Oh, I'm glad you're good, Peggy. It's raining here in St. Paul. Hi, Debbie. How are you? It's raining today in St. Paul, but the temperature is lower than it has been in a long time. It has been hot and humid. It's been like end of July, August weather here for the beginning of June, but anything's better than the white stuff though, right? All right, so today, as I said earlier, is Coffee Break and Cards with Lish, and what that means is that Coffee Break and Cards with Lish is once a month, and that means that it's just a free afternoon. You can craft with me or just watch along, get a new idea. So I show like a fun fold, or trying to think, like a treat box or tags, or just a card to do a couple different things with, all different kinds of things. And if there's ever anything that you are interested in, let me know and I will highlight that for the Coffee Break and Cards. Okay, yeah, Debbie, Paul turned the air off this morning. So yeah, it's nice to, I don't think, we have a couple windows open, but not much because, I don't know, the humidity and the rain and whatever. But so yeah, so today's card is a triple faux step card. Now I've made a lot of step cards. I've made faux step cards. I absolutely love them, but I don't recall making a triple one before. And Debbie, who is on here with us today, she had sent me a text, and she saw a card on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is perfect. I love it. And so she's like, yeah, you should do this one. So we are making it today. And the card is, it used the April, I think it was April, yeah, April Paper Pumpkin, which is Lakeside Retreat, that coordinates with a suite in the current catalog, which is called Waterside Retreat. So I made this card. Her name, the demonstrator who originally made this card that Debbie had sent me, she is from Canada, and her name is Lori. I don't know her last name, but she goes by Stamp with Lori. So I am going to flip my camera so that you guys can see what I'm talking about here, because I have a couple samples here. Okay, got my desktop. All right. Okay, so this is the card, the original card that Debbie had sent me. Sorry, I just have to fix something on my screen here. It's going to dry. Okay. And this demonstrator in Canada, Lori, she used a card base from the Paper Pumpkin kit. Okay. And then she used some of the things from the Waterside Retreat, like the chair, this, cattails, and I believe a sentiment. Whoops, today is your day is the sentiment from Relaxing Waterside, which is the Waterside Retreat. Oh, thanks, Peggy. And then, this is from the Paper Pumpkin. So yeah, it's super cute, and this is what it looks like when you from the top. And then here's like the side-ish view, if you can kind of see that. It is a super fun card. And so the one that, I made this one exactly like how she made it so that I knew how to make it. And then this is the one that I'm going to be demoing today. And this uses Relaxing Waterside from that suite, the Waterside Retreat suite. Say that 3 times fast. And so I used the DSP and cut a scene just like she did with that card base from Paper Pumpkin. And then I just changed it up a little bit by moving the chair. And then I added, this is one of the embellishments. It's the loose anchors from that suite. And then, yeah, I used the different paper from that. So this is the one that I made, if you can see that. It's kind of hard to show exactly. And then the inside, because it's a faux step card, then you can stamp on the inside. And then I put "Have a Great Birthday," and then I stamped the little seagull on the bottom. And then on this one, I did not stamp anything because it says "Happy Birthday here, today is your day," and just depends on who I give it to is what I'll stamp on the inside. And then I did want to show one that I made using the Splash and Relax bundle. This is the bundle I'm going to be using in next week's class. I absolutely love it. And I used the chair from the Relaxing Waterside dies. And then I used the paper, is called Beautiful Ordinary Life. It is gorgeous paper. On the back side are black and white patterns. Or I should say white with black patterns. And then this is what this looks like. And then on this says "Hello Sunshine." And then on the inside, I stamped "Wishing happiness floats your way." I just think that is so cute. I absolutely love this set. So that is another one that I made. Okay, so this, I'm going to leave this here so we can see what we're making. If you have any questions, just shout them out, type them out, and I will answer them as best I can. And one of the things, oops, there's our loose anchor embellishment. One of the things I was going to mention, that when I do these once a month cards with Lish, or I should say, everybody who is on my email newsletter receives the product sheet for free from whatever I'm showing or demonstrating, and today will be this card. So you will have a PDF instruction project sheet for free as a benefit of being on my email newsletter. So if you'd like to sign up for that, my Facebook page has a link for that. You can send me a message and I'll send you the link. You have to click on a link to be on the email newsletter. I can't just sign you up. I mean, I could try maybe, but I have not had very much success with that. So, and I usually send those out by the weekend. So I always go live on Thursday, so by the end of the weekend I will have that out. It just all depends. It's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And then you get the email newsletter, and then on that newsletter is a link for the free PDF instructions. Okay, so this is what you will need. I won't be going over really measurements because you'll have those measurements in the newsletter, but I do want to show you what we're using. This looks really big, doesn't it? It's not as big as you would think, but this is, I will share this one because it'll be easier to explain. So this is 5.5 by 11. Now I did use thick, basic white cardstock, but this gets to be a pretty thick card. You could definitely use regular basic white, because on my other card, the Splash and Relax, I used Flirty Flamingo cardstock, and it's it's fine. And I think basic white would be fine as well. Let's see, Peggy. Well, that's great, but I need in-house hand only to put this on. To pull this off. Oh, Peggy, you don't give yourself enough credit. You would just be fine. Okay, so this is scored at 3, 6, 7.5, 9, and 10. And it's 5.5 by 11, and it's pretty easy because you just do an accordion fold for it. Then there is another piece of basic white. This is also thick. This will be your center step. So this will be the, per se, what looks like a card, but it actually goes on the center step. Then also you would need these two pieces, and these are your right and left steps. Okay, that's what those go on. And then we have all our things to decorate with, the cardstock, the DSP, and everything. All right, so first things first, let's fold and burnish this card base. And now how I do it, this is how I do it. So the first thing I do is I go on the side that has the, the 3 and the 6 inch score marks, and then this end here, so this is the first score line, which is 3. Okay, I just fold that like I would fold a card base, because that's basically your card base, because that's where the message and it goes on the inside. And then the other score lines, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 more score lines. Okay, you're just going to accordion fold, and you're going to start your accordion fold with a valley, and the valley, that means it's down here, down in the valley. So you're just going to do an accordion fold. Okay, and then you just go back and forth just like that, and just make sure you get your score lines nice and crisp and burnished, so that your card will stand nice for the recipient when they display their card. And so this is your faux step card. It's pretty easy once you have, like, the hardest part is the sizing, getting the sizing and cutting, and the rest is pretty easy. So that's your first piece. Okay, I'm going to move this on this side here. So that's this. Then your next piece was that what I said was the center for your center step, and then you want to fold and burnish that. So then you have that, and then your side pieces, your side steps, you want to fold and burnish those as well. Okay, so I'm going to set those there. Then what I like to do is, then I have this all folded, okay, and then I start, and now you're going to put your mat stack here, skip 1, mat stack here, skip 1, mat stack here. So for this I use Pool Party, and then some DSP from that Waterside Retreat. And this paper is so cute. Look at this other side. It has life jackets and it has oars. I just absolutely love this this set, this suite. Oh, so much fun. You can do so many things with it. So that's what I start with. I just start by, folding everything, and then I'm having a problem with my seal. I think I got too much gunk in here and it's catching. So it's time to clean that out, right? Why not do it on a live video? All right, let's see if that helps my issue. So what is everybody up to today? I haven't really. I've been just getting stuff done up in my craft room today so that I have everything done so that I can enjoy what is supposed to be weather-wise a beautiful weekend. Not sure we have any plans, but is what I'm hoping for. Okay. Nope, that is not my issue. Okay, we're going to switch to liquid glue, you guys, because I don't have another one ready. Alright, if all else fails, liquid glue is your friend. Okay, so I'm just going to take everything and mat everything up. Now the original card, she matted everything. It's gorgeous. If you see that, you can see how she did Peaceful Pine on the inside. I think that's, and she used that plaid 3D embossing folder, but I decided not to do that on this card, and I didn't do it on my other one. Okay, liquid glue, Lisha. Okay, so I'm just going to add some liquid glue on here, and then this goes right here like this. Okay, then we're going to take our next set and we're going to mat that. The lake is just, when I see anything Waterside, or especially lake, it just reminds me so much of growing up. And we always went to the lake every year in the summer for 1 week. That was our vacation. My parents rented a cabin. But most of the time it was on Pearl Lake. I'm trying to think what Pearl Lake is, the city it's considered. I can't think right now, but it's, you know, past St. Cloud. Okay, so we're going to skip this one, then we're going to do this one. Hi, Anne. How are you? I knew enough to check here when I didn't see you live on Facebook. Yeah, you know, I've been having a hard time with Facebook, Anne, and I really want to do both. But for some reason, the reason, remember, you couldn't get sound, it's because the sound, everything, the video, everything, it just kept cutting in and out. So yeah. Okay, so the next one, we're going to do the next mat. I am so glad you're here, Anne. Makes me so happy. Okay. I might be slow, but my train pulls into Yeah, I hear ya. I feel that same way most days, Anne. But yeah, so they rented a cabin every week, or every year for 1 week. That was our vacation growing up. And like I said, when we were younger, it was always Pearl Lake. And then there was a resort that they always used. Whoops. And I can still see that resort. Oh, look at that mess I made, you guys. That resort, I can still, and I think her name was Maxine. Yeah. And sometimes my great aunt and uncle would come visit, and my grandpa, and then we went to lakes in Cold Spring, Big Fish Lake, all over. And so yeah, this, whenever I see anything like this, and I love to fish. Sorry, I had to clean up my messy glue spot here. So yeah, I remember those days and sitting in the lake with you and Mark. Oh yeah, yep. And well, my brother has one of those big campers that you like pull behind, but he isn't a permanent spot at a lake. So yeah, it's in our blood. Yeah. Okay, so here we have what we want matted. Okay, so you just start from the right, skip one, mat stack, skip one, mat stack, skip one, mat stack. Okay, and that's how that looks, just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our center step, and our center step was this that we folded, And I'm going to take my piece of DSP and we're going to mat that on our pool party, just like this. I love this. This DSP has a sheet of all different scenes that you can cut apart. I really love this ice cream shop. I just loved this. This reminds me of Grand Marais. Exactly, like, especially like the awnings, and then you going down the way, and then there's, well, this would be Lake Superior if it was Grand Marais. So yeah, definitely lake people. What I wouldn't do to have a place on the lake. All right. So then you're going to mat this. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to add some more liquid glue. I don't know why I keep putting the cap back on. Because it's had it, right? Okay, so we have that put together. Now I'm going to put the other pieces together. And now this one, since it was a smaller scene than what was on the paper pumpkin, I couldn't cut apart a scene. So I just used 2 strips of this like wood grain type. It's supposed to mimic, I think, like a boardwalk. And it kind of matches the little storefronts. So I chose that for my side steps. My left and my right. Okay. And we're just going to add this. So Ann, how's your weather today in North Carolina? I was chatting with Ann yesterday, and we had pretty much close to the same weather. And today, Ann, here it is rainy and 70 degrees. Yesterday was 90 degrees and humid. Okay, so then I'm going to flip these over and we're going to add these to our sides. Step little pieces here. And you're just making sure you have even margins all the way around. Pretty basic. Okay. And like that. So now we have our pieces for our center and our left and our right step. Okay, so to put these on, okay, this, you know, looks like a little mini card. You're going to take this card and it is going to go on the back and it's going to go on your first, well, your middle step. Like that. And this will fit in an A2 envelope. Feels, oh, heat advisory 100 degrees. It's almost just, yeah, I know that feeling. That is just no fun at all. Okay, so you're using, this would be your front step, your middle step. Okay, and then this is the back. So what I'm going to do is you want glue on the inside of your card. I know it's weird to put glue on the inside, but that's what we're going to do. And now I'm just going to go at the bottom. I'm just making, it's probably like, I don't know, an inch. You can use seal or liquid glue. Okay, first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to line this up on the back. And I am eyeballing if it's centered. I think it looks kind of, and this is, I started out with seal, but it's probably a good idea to use liquid glue. It gives you that little bit of wiggle room. And then what I do is I just take my card, fold it over, and press it down on that center or middle step, second step. So then you have this. Now the side, the left and the right, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your, this is going to go on the front, so your first step, and that middle one, that center. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put glue in the middle, or in the inside, not in the middle, on the inside at the bottom, and I'm just using a little bit. Just like that. And like that. And because I don't have directional, you know, it doesn't match up, I can use either side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take mine, and I'm lining this up. I'm going up to the DSP. I don't want to go over that pool party mat on the left side and the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to take this, I'm going to pick it up, and this is going to go on that middle or center step, just like that. And then I just close it, make sure it looks kind of straight. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side. I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up with that pool party cardstock on the right and the bottom. I'm going to open it and then close it. Except for now I didn't let it sit long enough. But I'm going to close it. Just like that. So there is our faux, our triple faux step card. So I love doing a faux. If you've ever done original step card, they are awesome, but they also, you do a lot of intricate cutting in a true step card. Okay, so that all that's left to this now is just decorating it however which way you would like. So for my first one, this one, I used, I was going to say Calypso Coral, but that's not. It's Cajun Craze, and I used two-tone cardstock. Oh, thanks, Peggy. And I used the lighter side for this, and then the darker side with the two-tone, because this is the lighter side, this is the darker side of the two-tone cardstock. And now when you have a two-tone cardstock, the darker side is the true color side. So that is what I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the opposite on this one, because just for no reason other than that I can. So this I die cut from the die set, from the Relaxing Waterside die set. And then you want to put this together, you're just going to take some glue and put it on this little tab right here. And then it fits through the chair like this. And then you just stick that down. And then I just take some glue, and I know that I just kind of dot some every so, or just run it across. Even though there's some little gaps, it dries clear and nothing's really gonna stick to it. So I did a little testing, and I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna hold that down just like that. And this one got a little close. I'm just going to slide that over, and then I'm not worrying about the bottom. Then I am going to take I cut two of these, and then I can use the light side for the strip of wood. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to like this or not. I was taking the colors from the sign for the ice cream for my cart, for my chair, my Adriatic chair. And then you can, this has little arms to cut out, which is so cute. And again, I'm just going to use the lighter. You could use all the same color. That's completely fine. And then I'm just placing these on here. And they just go like that. So it gives that kind of dimensional look then of a chair. I'll do the same thing on this one. Add that right there. So now we have our chair. And I'm going to put the chair on the right as close as I can on this side without going over so it fits in my envelope. And I'm just going to put glue where it's going to stick to the card. And I know that glue will go here and here. Like that, and then I'm just going to set that just to kind of see, and then we want glue on this arm. Like that, and then these two right here of the back. And then I am just going to put that on here with the legs at the bottom of the pool party mat. Okay, so there's our chair. Then for my sentiment, I used the Playful packaging. Let's see if I can find it real fast. Dies. Yeah, here it is. This is called Playful packaging. This is the stamp set. And then these are the dies, and you can make little treat bags, toppers. And I wanted to use this die, but it was still a little bit big for the word relax, so I just cropped it. So I cut it, or I stamped on my pool party in basic gray, and then I cut it once, and then I relined the die up on the die cut that came out, and then lined it up, put a piece of Post-it tape on it, and ran it through again to get a different size. And that is Playful packaging. This is, I've made a couple treat bags with it already. It's super cute. I love making treat bags, and I remember when I first started making treat bags, and that was like a big thing, was the bag, the topper. And to have this as a, you know, a actual die and not doing it on your own, I think is so cool. I would have loved to have had that back then. Okay, so I'm just going to put this, I put a dimensional on the back, and I'm just going to put that right there. You just want to make sure that you don't get adhesive on the sides if it's, so that when they can open it, it doesn't glue shut. Okay, so then we have that, and then we have, I just stamped "Today is your day" on a strip of pool party cardstock. I think it's like a 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on that, but I want minis. And I'm using black because that's what was closest. Okay. And we're just going to peel these off. And I am going to put that right at the, I'm using these old olive lines on my DSP to line this up. Okay, now do not laugh at my linen thread, you guys. You ready? This is what happened to me yesterday with my linen thread. Can you see that? So I was trying to find the end. I couldn't find the end. I was getting really frustrated, so I just cut somewhere, and then I kept pulling, and this is what I ended up with yesterday. And I have not taken the time to unwind it and rewind it. So, and of course this is the only one I have right now. So I'm just gonna look for my end on my messy linen thread and look for an end, and hopefully I can find one. I should have cut this ahead of time, but you know, I kind of forgot that my linen thread looked like this. I might have to cut again, you guys, to find a spot. Yeah, it's pretty funny, isn't it, Peggy? I think I'm just going to cut, you guys. This is like an absolute mess to begin with. Okay, so what I did, now you do not have to do this. I think I was just my mood yesterday. It was like I didn't feel like really doing anything responsible yesterday. And so I just wanted to like just sit and craft. Good thing to do tonight, sitting on the couch with a Coke. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I did was I made 3 strands. There's 2. And now we need a 3rd. Let's see. I'm just going to cut these in half again. I know it'll be 4, but we'll just use 3. Maybe. Huh. Alright. And then I braided them. So, here we have 3 strands of linen thread. And then I'll be over what's for dinner. I have no idea what's for dinner. No clue at all. Alright, so I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm going to take a piece of tape. And I'm just going to braid this. It gives it like that, it's not a perfect braiding, but it gives it that rope look. Kind of a nautical theme is what I was going for. Whether it looks like that or not, you guys be the judge of that. In my little head, it looks like rope. That's what I was going for anyway, right? Yeah, I don't know what to have for dinner. I know what Anne had for breakfast this morning. I bet you Anne had her biscuits and gravy with her homemade buttermilk biscuits she was telling me about, and I was getting so hungry. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these ends. I'm going to trim off. I didn't go the, I'm just making it so it looks twisty like a roll. Then what I'm going to do is, don't get grossed out. But I'm going to twist this up. If I wasn't on camera, this would go in my mouth for sure. Okay, and I'm just going to thread this through. You could put tape on the end. I'm going to thread that through and then make my knot. Okay, and I'm going to make a knot in the end. And there is no rhyme or reason for this. I just started making knots and tying stuff yesterday. So I'm going to take this other side out, move that piece of tape, and then I'm just going to start tying this together. So first I made like a knot here and tied it like that. And then I'm going to tie it again, like, I don't know, somewhere around in here where I can loop it through. You did. Oh, how was it? How was your cheesecake and your strawberries? Okay, maybe not. Okay, you guys, bear with me. No wonder why this took me, yesterday I was up here for so long. Well, yeah, if I sat here making knots all day, it would be. Oh man, yeah. Ugh. I can just about imagine fresh strawberries, homemade from scratch cheesecake. Oh, man, oh man. Well, let's see if I can get this one through here. If not, we're just gonna call it good and be done with it. Just like this. If all else fails, grab a tool, right? Okay. Okay, so I don't want the knot to be like right up against the other one. I'm just kind of going like that in the middle, just like that. And then we have our other ones like that. Not nautical by any means, but it kind of looks like rope with knots in it, right? Oops. I moved my camera again, so I never know which way to go. All right, so now I'm going to take a glue dot, and I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to roll it up. And by doing that, I just leave it on the paper, and I just am going to go like this and roll it. Okay, so then you have like a longer glue dot, not a circle. And I'm going to just place this right on my card like that. And then the reason why I rolled it up is because I just wanted to go on the center of the anchor. And let's see, I didn't put that very good spot, so let's just move it over. That's too far. Okay, here we go. I don't like it there either. It's not really rolled up anymore. Okay. And we're going to put that right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim this off. Like that. And then for embellishments, I used, this is from the Lilies of the Valley, I believe. It's called Shimmering Dots. And I don't know if these are Pool Party or Coastal Cabana, but they matched in my mind. And I am going to do the old-fashioned, how I used to do embellishments when we first started using embellishments. And we're going to go in a line. I'm going to put the biggest one in the middle. And then I'm going to put 2 smalls on each side of the big one. And there you have it. There is our triple faux step card. So what do you guys think? It looks nautical to you? Okay, good. And I have to say I do like the darker. Whoops, what am I doing? I'm not showing you guys. Oh, thanks, Debbie. And Debbie, thank you for sending this, texting me about this card, because, oh, I just absolutely love it. And I do like the darker Cajun craze for the chair than the lighter one. Like I said, I was mimicking the ice cream sign. Taking the colors from the ice cream sign. Okay, so this is the original from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And then here's the other one that I made with the Splash and Relax. Yeah, you know what, Anne, they really are. They're a great embellishment. I really, really do like them. Let me see, where did I put them? Oh, they're right here. And it's nice because they have the kind of white, green, and the aqua color. And they have like a little bit, well, hence the name Shimmering Dots. But they have this little bit of glitzy shimmer in the center. It's so pretty. Yes. Okay, so that's all I have for copy breaking cards today. If you are on my email newsletter, you will receive the project sheet for free. You like the darker too? Yeah, I do too. When I put this on here, I was like, I don't know. But you know, it was already glued down, and I thought, you know what, for tomorrow, I'll just make it darker. But if you receive my email newsletter, which is free, anybody and everybody can sign up. You will receive the project sheet for free from me for this card. And like I said, every month when I do copy breaking cards with Lish, I always send out a newsletter with the free PDF instructions. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know. I'm trying to get my mouse to work, you guys, so that I can go like this. Hey, it's me. So if you have any questions, let me know, and you can send me an email, you can text me, however which way you would like to get a hold of me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on obviously YouTube. All my information, I also have a website, it's expressionsbylish.com. All my information is on that website as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate chatting and crafting with you. It's the highlight of my day. I absolutely positively love it. Always puts me in a good mood. So thank you so much, and it's really hard. If you guys, I'm from Minnesota. It's called the Minnesota goodbye. I have a really hard time saying goodbye. All right, you guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.